Okay, today is the 2nd of September and we are starting on the 51st Samyutta of the Samyutta Nikaya, 51st chapter. That is the Iddhipada-samyutta. Iddhipada, from the word Iddhi and Pada. Iddhi means psychic power. The Iddhi is psychic power. And Pada is the path. It's like the Dhammapada. Normally I hear they translate it as basis for psychic powers. It is spiritual powers, but it means the same thing. And there are 4 bases for psychic power. It is called the first one is Chanda, Samadhi, Padana, Sankhara, Samanagatang. The second one is Viriya, Samadhi, Padana, Sankhara, Samanagatang. Third one is Chitta, and the fourth one is Vimamsa. Chanda is desire to do something. And Viriya is energy, Chitta is mind, Vimamsa is investigation. So, they have translated the 4 bases as the basis for spiritual power that possesses concentration due to desire and volitional formations of striving. But I prefer to say the basis for psychic power of concentration due to desire accompanied by effort and volition. So each of these bases, it is concentration due to desire, or concentration due to energy, or concentration due to the mind, or concentration due to investigation. Maybe you can also say concentration of desire, concentration of energy, concentration of mind, and concentration of investigation, accompanied by effort and volition. Volition can also mean willpower. Okay, the first sutta I'll read is 51.2. Buddha said, monks, those who have neglected the 4 bases for psychic power have neglected the noble path leading to the complete destruction of suffering. Those who have undertaken the 4 bases for psychic power have undertaken the noble path leading to the complete destruction of suffering. Stop here for a moment. Why is that the psychic power has to do with the destruction of suffering? There are 6 what are known as higher knowledges, abhinya. And these 6 higher knowledges are the fruits of cultivating the holy life. The higher knowledges, the higher fruits. And out of these 6, 5 of them have to do with psychic power. The first one is, I think the English word is psychokinesis, various types of psychic power like flying in the air, going through the wall, diving into the earth like diving into water, walking on the surface of the water, one body multiplying into many bodies, etc. So that's the first one. The second one is like a heavenly eye or divine eye. You can see devas and devis and ghosts, etc. And then another one is a divine ear or heavenly ear, where you can hear the sounds of spiritual beings. And then another one is being able to remember your past lives. Another one is being able to read other people's minds. So these are the 5, plus another one now, which is not considered psychic power, but which is the most important, is the destruction of the asavas. When you destroy the asavas, you become liberated, become an arahant. So that is why if you can attain psychic power, you are very near to enlightenment already. All you need is to listen to the right sutta and you will become enlightened. So that's why here it says that those who have undertaken the four bases for psychic powers have undertaken the noble path leading to the complete destruction of suffering. What for? Dear monks, a monk develops the basis for psychic power of concentration due to desire accompanied by effort and volition. He develops the basis for psychic power of concentration due to energy, and then the basis for psychic power of concentration are due to mind, and similarly the basis for psychic power of concentration due to investigation accompanied by effort and volition. Monks, those who have neglected the four bases for psychic power have neglected the noble path leading to the complete destruction of suffering. So, you look at this four bases. This is always concentration. Concentration either due to desire, that means the desire to attain psychic power, or concentration due to the energy, putting forth energy to attain psychic power, or concentration due to the mind. You can say determination, having strong determination, using the mind fully, concentrated mind to attain this psychic power. And the last one is concentration due to investigation. Even you want to attain higher concentration, also you have to investigate, which is what are the conditions that will lead you to concentration. And it is accompanied, each one of these are accompanied by effort. You need effort and volition. Volition you can consider as willpower. So you put forth effort and strong willpower, and then you concentrate your mind on the basis of desire, energy, determination and investigation. And then you can get what you want. The next sutta is 51.5. Monks, whatever ascetics or Brahmins in the past generated psychic power in part, all did so because they had developed and cultivated the four bases for psychic powers. Whatever ascetics or Brahmins in the future will generate psychic powers in part, all will do so because they have developed and cultivated the four bases for psychic powers. What for? Dear monks, a monk develops the basis for psychic power of concentration due to desire accompanied by effort and volition. He develops the basis for psychic power of concentration due to energy, of concentration due to mind, of concentration due to investigation, accompanied by effort and volition. Monks, whatever ascetics or Brahmins in the past, in the future, or at present generate psychic power in part, all do so because they have developed and cultivated these four bases for psychic power. And then the next sutta is quite similar, except that instead of generate psychic power in partner, the Sutta 6 is whatever ascetics or Brahmins in the past, in the future or at present generate psychic power completely, all did so because they had developed and cultivated the four bases for psychic powers. So I won't read it because it's very similar. The next sutta is 51.10. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Vesali in the great wood in the hall with the peaked roof. Then in the morning, the Blessed One dressed and taking bowl and robe, entered Vesali for alms. When he had walked for alms in Vesali and had returned from the alms round, after his meal, he addressed the Venerable Ananda thus: "Take a sitting cloth, Ananda. Let us go to the Chapala shrine for the day's abiding." "Yes, Venerable Sir," the Venerable Ananda replied, and having taken a sitting cloth, he followed closely behind the Blessed One. Blessed One then went to the Chapala shrine and sat down on a seat that was prepared. The Venerable Ananda, having paid homage to the Blessed One, also sat down to one side. The Blessed One then said to the Venerable Ananda, "Delightful is Vesali Ananda. Delightful is the Udena shrine. Delightful is the Gotamaka shrine. Delightful the Satamba shrine. Delightful the Bahuputta shrine. Delightful the Sarandada shrine. Delightful the Chapala shrine." Stop here for a moment. So around Vesali, you have so many shrines. These shrines must be for praying to the spirits, the devas. It's an Indian or Hindu tradition to be friendly to the devas around so that they will not give us problem. In fact, they protect us. Whoever Ananda has developed and cultivated the four bases for psychic powers, made them a vehicle, made them a basis, stabilized them, exercised himself in them, and fully perfected them, could, if he so wished, live on for the aeon or for the remainder of the aeon. The Tathagata Ananda has developed and cultivated the four bases for psychic powers, made them a vehicle, made them a basis, stabilized them, exercised himself in them, and fully perfected them. If he so wished, the Tathagata could live on for the aeon or for the remainder of the aeon. But although the Venerable Ananda was given such an obvious signal by the Blessed One, though he was given such an obvious hint, he was unable to penetrate it. He did not implore the Blessed One, "Venerable Sir, let the Blessed One live on for the aeon. Let the Fortunate One live on for the aeon, for the welfare of the multitude, for the happiness of the multitude, out of compassion for the world, for the good welfare and happiness of devas and humans." To such an extent was his mind obsessed by Mara. Stop here for a moment. So here the Buddha is hinting that if he wanted to, he could live on for an aeon. Aeon here is kappa, world cycle. This is an extremely long time. So the commentaries found it difficult to accept it. So the commentary said he must be talking about the ayu kappa, the life cycle, meaning like during the Buddha's time, the lifespan, the full lifespan was supposed to be about 100 years. So at that time the Buddha probably was about 80 years. So a commentary says what he means is if he wanted to, he could live on for another 20 years. But then and there's no indication of this, could be true, might not be true. The second time and the third time the Blessed One addressed the Venerable Ananda. Delightful is Vesali Ananda. Delightful the various shrines. Whoever Ananda has developed and cultivated the four bases for psychic power could, if he so wished, live on for the aeon or for the remainder of the aeon. If he so wished, the Tathagata could live on for the aeon or for the remainder of the aeon. But again, though the Venerable Ananda was given such an obvious signal by the Blessed One, though he was given such an obvious hint, he was unable to penetrate it. To such an extent was his mind obsessed by Mara. Stop here again. So here the sutta says his mind was obsessed by Mara, meaning probably Mara the Deva, because the Mara the Deva did not want the Buddha to stay so long in the world and help other living beings get out of the world. He wants the world to have a lot of beings. Then the Blessed One addressed the Venerable Ananda. "You may go, Ananda, at your own convenience." "Yes, Venerable Sir," the Venerable Ananda replied. And he rose from his seat, paid homage to the Blessed One, and keeping his right side towards him, sat down nearby at the foot of a tree. Then not long after the Venerable Ananda had left, Mara the Evil One approached the Blessed One and said to him, "Venerable Sir, let the Blessed One now attain final Nibbana. Let the Fortunate One now attain final Nibbana. Now is the time for the Blessed One's final Nibbana." This statement was made, Venerable Sir, by the Blessed One I will not attain final Nibbana, evil one, until I have bhikkhu disciples who are wise, disciplined, confident, secure from bondage, learned, upholders of the Dhamma, practicing in accordance with the Dhamma, practicing in the proper way, conducting themselves accordingly, who have learned their own teacher's doctrine and can explain it, teach it, proclaim it, establish it, disclose it, analyze it, and elucidate it, who can refute thoroughly with reasons the prevalent tenets of others and can teach the efficacious Dhamma. But at present, Venerable Sir, the Blessed One has bhikkhu or monk disciples who are wise, disciplined, confident, secure from bondage, learned, upholders of the Dhamma, etc., and who can teach the efficacious Dhamma. Venerable Sir, let the Blessed One now attain final Nibbana. Let the Fortunate One now attain final Nibbana. Now is the time for the Blessed One's final Nibbana. And this statement was made, Venerable Sir, by the Blessed One. I will not attain final Nibbana, evil one, until I have bhikkhuni or nun disciples. And then again, until I have male lay disciples, until I have female lay disciples who are wise, disciplined, confident, secure from bondage, learned, upholders of the Dhamma, practicing in accordance with the Dhamma, practicing in the proper way, conducting themselves accordingly, who have learned their own teacher's doctrine and can explain it, teach it, proclaim it, establish it, disclose it, analyze it, and elucidate it, who can refute thoroughly with reasons the prevalent tenets of others and can teach the efficacious Dhamma. But at present, Venerable Sir, the Blessed One has female lay disciples who are wise, disciplined, secure from bondage, etc., practicing in the proper way, and can refute with reasons the prevalent tenets of others and teach the efficacious Dhamma. Venerable Sir, let the Blessed One now attain final Nibbana. Let the Fortunate One now attain final Nibbana. Now is time for the Blessed One's final Nibbana. And this statement was made, Venerable Sir, by the Blessed One. I will not attain final Nibbana, evil one, until this holy life of mine has become successful and prosperous, extensive, popular, widespread, well proclaimed among devas and humans. That holy life of the Blessed One, Venerable Sir, has become successful and prosperous, extensive, popular, widespread, well proclaimed among devas and humans. Venerable Sir, let the Blessed One now attain final Nibbana. Let the Fortunate One now attain final Nibbana. Now is the time for the Blessed One's final Nibbana. Stop here for a moment. So you can see from here, Mara has been asking the Buddha to enter Nibbana many times. And at one time the Buddha said he will not enter Nibbana until the monk disciples are many who can teach the Dhamma and refute the teachings of other sects, etc. And another time when the Mara asked the Buddha to enter Nibbana, the Buddha said he won't enter Nibbana until the non-disciples are many and they have learned the Dhamma so that they can spread the Dhamma. Another time the Buddha said, now wait until my male lay disciples are many and they understand the Dhamma, I can teach the Dhamma, etc. Another time the Buddha said, wait until my female lay disciples are many and they can teach the Dhamma and refute the teachings of others, etc. And another time the Buddha said, I will not enter Nibbana until the holy life, that means the Buddhist religion, has become successful and prosperous, widespread, well proclaimed among devas and humans. Now the Mara said, all these conditions have been fulfilled, so will you please enter Nibbana? I asked the Buddha. When this was said, the Blessed One said to Mara, the evil one, be at ease, evil one. It will not be long before the Tathagata's final Nibbana takes place. 3 months from now, the Tathagata will enter final Nibbana. Then the Blessed One at the Chapala shrine, mindfully and with clear comprehension, relinquished his vital formation. This word, vital formation, the Pali word is Ayu Sankara. Ayu is life. Sankara is conditioner. So it is the life conditioner that which conditions life. He let go. I guess it must be the will to live, because the will to live conditions life. If somebody holds on to the will to live, he will not die until the body gives him so much pain until he cannot stand. Then only you let go of the will to live and die. So here the Buddha finally let go of the life conditioner. And when the Blessed One had relinquished his life conditioner, a great earthquake occurred, frightening and terrifying, and peals of thunder shook the sky. Then, having understood the meaning of this, the Blessed One on that occasion uttered this inspired utterance, comparing the incomparable and continued existence. The sage relinquished the life conditioner. Rejoicing within, concentrated, he broke continued self-existence like a coat of armor. That's the end of the sutta. So, even though the Buddha hinted to Ananda several times that he could prolong his life, Ananda could not take the hint and did not request the Buddha to stay on. So when Mara came again to ask the Buddha to enter Nibbana, then the Buddha thought he has finished his work and his body is giving him a lot of pain. At the age of 80, the body constantly gave him a lot of pain, so that sometimes he had to enter this cessation of perception and feeling. Then only he did not have the pain. So then he decided to enter Nibbana. So you see, even for the Buddha to enter Nibbana, to pass away, he has to let go of that life conditioner, the will to live. So that is why I feel in the dependent origination, avijja paccaya sankara, sankara paccaya vinnyanang, that sankara is probably volition, the will to live. Because in the five aggregates, sankhara is also volition. So in the dependent origination, it's probably the same. So because of ignorance, people have the will to live. And because of the strong will to live, every moment our consciousness arises and ceases. After it ceases, because of the will to live, it shoots up again, arises again, and then ceases. And then because of the will to live again, it arises. So the Buddha let go of the will to live, and then a great earthquake occurred. Later, after the Buddha had passed into Parinibbana, this was one of the things, the 500 Arhants, including the Venerable Ananda, when they held the first Sangha council, that was the time when the 499 Arhants criticized Ananda. Said, why Buddha gave you a broad hint, you never asked him to stay back.